Hey guys, want to improve your English speaking skills? Try shadowing. What will shadowing do for you? Well, it's going to improve your listening, your pronunciation, your intonation, your fluency, your vocabulary, and your rhythm. So why don't you give it a try? Here's a little story for you to practice shadowing. Shadowing might feel a little awkward at first, but if you make a habit of practicing shadowing every day, you'll see your English improve.
My English Journey. Suwan from Thailand. A British tourist, her straw hat tilted, peered at a teak elephant in Suwan's Chiang Mai gift shop, her eyes curious but puzzled. "What's this?" she asked, pointing. Suwan, 70, fumbled, his silver hair catching the shop's soft light. Elephant. Good." Her smile faded, and she left without buying. The silence stung. Suwan's shop, Suwan's treasures, brimmed with carved Buddhas, silk scarves, and jade trinkets. But his patchwork English, scattered hellos and thank yous, kept customers at arm's length. That night, under the night bazaar's hum, Suwan's heart raced with resolve. He decided he would chat fluently with foreigners, turning each sale into a story. His journey to learn English, ignited by that missed connection, wove a vibrant tapestry of grit, creativity, and joy, a beacon for English learners worldwide. Suwan's goal was to make every tourist feel Chiang Mai's warmth, sharing the spirit behind his crafts. At 70, learning a new language felt like climbing doi steps, but the memory of his late wife, Nari, whispering, "Try, Suwan," spurred him on. "I must improve," he vowed, picturing lively exchanges about his carvings. A local temple monk, Phra Chai, who had learned English from missionaries, offered a tip. "Tell stories with your hands, like you carve wood." Suwan learned this meant crafting short English tales about his shop, using physical objects, elephants, scarves, as prompts to spark words and gestures. A 2024 ESL study showed storytelling with physical cues for 8 weeks boosted speaking fluency by 30 to 35% and vocab retention by 25% for older learners. Suwan clutched a worn notebook, ready for the effort, his fingers calloused from decades of chiseling. He forged a habit. He would practice 20 minutes each morning before the bazaar stirred. In his shop's back room, teak dust tickling his nose, Suwan held a carved elephant and spoke. "This elephant strong." His voice, gravelly with age, wavered. He checked the dictionary app on his old phone, revising the phrase to, "This elephant is strong." Gripping the statue, he flexed his arm, mimicking strength. It felt like sculpting language. "Practice shapes my words," he murmured, scribbling his tale. He chose objects tied to Thai culture, elephants for resilience, Buddhas for peace, each story a lesson etched in memory. The struggle began almost immediately. Tenses baffled him. Is versus was felt like a labyrinth, and words like protect vanished mid-sentence. "My mind's too slow," Suwan sighed, his notebook smudged with eraser marks. He nearly shelved his dream, but a child's laughter outside, playing with a wooden toy he'd crafted, sparked renewed hope. A Thai ESL podcast, recommended by his daughter Lawan, offered a tip. Use objects to anchor stories. Suwan pinned a photo of his shop's jade Buddha to his wall, saying, "Buddha, bring peace." He lifted the statue, noting peace equals calm. By week 3, his stories came out more smoothly, and his sentences became less halting, his voice carrying the rhythm of a craftsman. Suwan's effort took root. Holding a silk scarf, he wrote, "Scarf soft, like cloud." He checked, soft equals gentle, and practiced, draping the scarf over his arm as if presenting it to a customer. His habit stretching to 30 minutes, Suwan often practiced in his shop's courtyard, Chiang Mai's roosters crowing and the air thick with jasmine. Suwan's English blossomed. Phrases clung like lacquer on teak. He added details to his tales, describing the elephant's trunk raised for luck, or the scarf's blue like a monsoon sky, each word a brushstroke. A 2024 study confirmed the method's strength. 20 to 30 minutes of contextual storytelling daily added 50 to 60 vocab words monthly, especially for seniors. Suwan shared his stories with locals, weaving English into the bazaar's pulse. At a nearby noodle stall, he told the vendor, Ari, "My elephant means strength." His first chat stumbled. He said mean for means, but Ari corrected, "It's means, like shows." Suwan noted means equals represents, and tried again, holding the carving high. Each market chat honed his craft, adding words like glow for light or weave for making fabric. Unlike younger learners glued to apps, Suwan thrived on these human exchanges, their warmth fueling his drive. He'd linger at Ari's stall, practicing, "My fan, cool air," and she'd teach, "Cool equals refreshing," her laughter a spark. Suwan's journey wasn't just about words. It was about rediscovering his storyteller's soul. As a boy, he'd spun tales for Nari under Chiang Mai's stars, and now English revived that joy. He began sketching his objects before writing, a trick from his carving days. For a silver bracelet, he drew its curves, then wrote, "I hammer silver to glow." The sketch anchored hammer equals shape metal, and he'd practice, tapping his workbench rhythmically. His tales grew vivid, painting scenes of Chiang Mai's temples or the night bazaar's flicker. Loan, visiting from Bangkok, marveled, "Papa, you're a poet." Suwan chuckled, but her pride lit a fire. Halfway through, Suwan faltered. A story about a lantern festival used float, but he confused it with fall. A French tourist's blank stare hurt. I'm not enough, he thought, his struggle hanging over him like a monsoon cloud. Ari shared a tip. "Sing your stories to a tune." Suwan hummed a Thai folk melody, Loi Kratong, singing, "Lantern float in sky." The rhythm locked in, float equals rise up. He swayed, holding a paper lantern, and his tale clarified, "Lanterns float at festival, glowing like stars." The music gave him a boost, his voice dancing like the lanterns he described. Suwan's practice flourished. Holding a jade necklace, he sang, "I polish stone to shine." He noted polish equals make shiny, and gestured polishing, his hands mirroring his craft. His habit had now hit 40 minutes, and he practiced often at twilight, the hum of the bazaar alive with vendors' calls. He added props like a bamboo fan to his stories. "Fan bring cool breeze." He'd wave it, noting breeze equals light wind, his words flowing like the air. His grandson, playing nearby, teased, "Grandpa, you're a showman." Suwan laughed. It was true. He recorded himself on his phone, checking cadence. His sh sounds steadied, his sentences fluid. "I'm improving," he glowed, his tales now performances. He wove stories into sales, testing his English with eagerness. One afternoon, a Japanese tourist eyed a teak box. Suwan held it, saying, "I carved box for secrets. It protect." The tourist grinned, buying it. Emboldened, he crafted more, noting protect equals keep safe. He practiced with a Thai customer, saying, "My scarf is soft like river." She taught river equals flowing water, and Suwan's tales deepened. He'd linger after sales, sharing snippets. "This Buddha bring hope," noting hope equals wish. Each connection with a customer felt like Nari's smile, urging him on. Suwan's journey grew richer through Chiang Mai's seasons. During the rainy months, he wrote under his shop's awning, raindrops pattering softly in the background. He told of a lotus candle light dark, like star. He noted light equals make bright, and practiced lighting a candle to feel the word. At Songkrang, the water festival, he shared a story with kids splashing in the water. Water, clean heart. They giggled, teaching clean equals pure. These moments wove his English into the city's pulse, each tale a thread of Chiang Mai's spirit. As Loy Krathong neared, it drew global crowds, and Suwan intensified his efforts. He held a lotus-shaped candle, writing, "Candle float on river, bring hope." He sang it, imagining tourists listening, his voice steady as the Mae Ping River. He practiced with Ari, saying, "My Buddha is peace." She added, "Peace equals quiet heart," and Suwan's confidence soared. He crafted a festival tale. "We float lanterns, wish for joy." He noted joy equals happiness, practicing with a glow that matched the lanterns. His stories were now offerings, each word a spark of Thailand. The festival lit up Chiang Mai, lanterns drifting skyward like dreams. A group of American tourists entered Suwan's shop, their cameras clicking. "Welcome," he said, his voice as steady as his chisel. "This elephant I carved for strength. It glow like moon." His practice shone as he held a scarf, saying, "Silk is soft, like river flow." He added, "Learning English was a struggle, but now I connect with you." The tourists cheered, buying carvings and scarves, snapping photos with Suwan. "That's awesome," one said, her smile wide. A week later, a Google review raved, "Suwan's shop tells Thailand's heart in perfect English." His shop thrived. Tourists lingered for tales, some returning just to hear more. He told Ari, "Storytelling was my tip. It's like carving wood, slow, but it shines." Ari toasted him with mango juice, her eyes misty with pride. Suwan's journey rippled beyond the bazaar. He'd chat with visitors, weaving glow, hope, or soft into stories that danced like Chiang Mai's lanterns. His goal evolved to teach storytelling to other vendors, passing Nari's spirit through words. He began mentoring Ari, showing her how a chili sauce bottle could spark a tale. "Sauce burn like fire." She laughed, trying her own. One day at dusk, an Italian tourist, clutching a jade Buddha, said, "Your stories make Chiang Mai alive." Suwan paused, the bazaar's lanterns casting a golden haze. His shop was no longer just a store. It was a legacy. Decades of crafting had taught him to shape teak. His struggle had shaped his English into a bridge to the world. As he lit a candle for Nari, Suwan knew every tale, every word, had carved a path for others to follow, a gift brighter than any in his shop.